Service layer. The task. Task is a lightweight framework that executes actions by a schedule or a trigger. They are very easy to work with, but having quite limited functionality. This is the example of the simple task action implementation. It contains two methods: run and handle error. To have task executed at the certain date, provide the execution date. The other option is to attach the task condition object to the task and trigger the event via task service. Both task and condition can be expired. Expiration is set via expiration date or relative expiration time in milliseconds. Task is having the context object that can be used if task needs some additional data. In this example, I've created a simple training task context POJO and use it as the context item. The other option is to extend the task type, so it has the needed properties. Task actions are processed inside the transaction. If task processing failed, whole transaction is rolled back. But if you want to prevent the rollback, you need to throw a retry later exception with the rollback property set to false. The retry later exception can also be used to retry your task processing later. Task is holding the amount of retries it already did, so you can keep a track of a number of retries and exit from the loop once the amount reaches the limit. But remember about the expiration property. It will not be changed in the case of a retry and still can expire your task. Here is the list of properties that can be used to adjust the task framework. The task polling interval is 10 seconds by default. The task polling startup delay is disabled, so tasks are polled during the servlet context startup. And the amount of tasks and conditions queried per poll is the amount of workers multiplied by 200. The next option is interesting. It configures how often old tasks are queried. With value as 0, every poll takes old and new tasks. But with value as 5, every fifth poll takes new and old, while other only new tasks. The other option, execution time threshold, configures the amount of hours that tasks need to become old. For example, with value 5, task started 6 hours ago is old, but 4 hours ago new. The last option I want to mention is property related to logging. By the default, task engine logs are persisted in the database, but you are free to change it. Let's wrap it up. Task is a very simple solution. It performs the needed action at the certain point in time or by the certain event. Task execution can check the outside condition and retry itself later. That's it for the tasks.